Got it. What an adorable little girl. My goodness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 97 of the Quick Biz Takes podcast. My name is John Castano, and I am here with Stephen Lanzi.
Hello.
And Sarah Castano.
With my new tiara, by the way. Hey, howdy, hey.
So, with episode number 97, we will be doing a little news.
Like a teeny tiny little drip drop of news. Yeah.
And then we'll be discussing the return to Disney World of Mr. Lanzi after
They
a
missed
long
me.
time away. So we will get to the few news stories of the world of Disney that has not released much as of late. So
No. Today, and I want to get the wording correctly. Today, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds flew over Magic Kingdom in honor, and I don't want to screw up what it is, National Veterans and Military Families Month. So they did a flyover over Magic Kingdom, Jeff Valley. Of course, as always, he's in the parks. He and Josh both put on social media, on their Twitter, on their Instagrams, expressing their appreciation to veterans and military members for the sacrifices that they make, as well as showcasing the Thunderbirds fly over. They came up from behind the castle and down Main Street. If you haven't had a chance, check it out because it's just a nice little feel-good story. And the only other thing really kind of noteworthy is that cast members and guests have witnessed with their own eyeballs and heard with their own earballs that they are testing the Walt Disney World Railroad. They are testing the train. It's on tracks. They can hear woo woo, like all the fun train noises that we make to get our children to eat, and just, when you're walking down the hallway. It's coming back. We don't have a date yet, but it's coming back. They're testing it. We're hearing it. We're seeing it. We are so close. Been closed for years.
didn't they put out some video today
Of them
Of,
testing.
like,
Yeah.
no, it was like a
Like
produced
pulling,
like a produced video of like the hand
Yes.
running it. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. It didn't have a date.
No.
And I'll double check. But I'm like 99% positive it did not have a date. But that's all the news I got.
Hopefully before the holidays.
That would be
I would
great.
guess something extra to put people on.
It's one of our faves. Of course, now that I'm trying to find it, I'm not gonna. But that's all right. It's not super, well, it's important, but the meat and potatoes of the show is really about Mr. Lanzi. So I can always throw that stuff on our social media. I cannot throw Lanzi for a variety of reasons, but it's all up to you, my friend. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so now, well, before we get to the details, how long had it been since you were in Disney?
I want to say it had been beginning of 2019. And that was for a day. We were in Florida training for our deployment. That was coming up. Yeah, picture it, Sicily, 1912. Shady Pines, Mom.
Sorry, I had to.
Okay. So we were, in Florida, training. So we got a day off from training, and we ended up being about an hour and a half drive away. So, we went. But this was, and so that was about even like half a day, because by the time we got there, like we didn't leave as early as we wanted to, a couple of us. So last big trip I had done was with my brother, cousin, and sister-in-law. So it's been a few years, but at least 3 years.
And you only went to one park?
Yeah, one park, about half a day. And the last big trip I kind of did again with my brother in company was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been a while for different reasons. I mean, deployment being a big one. So yeah, it's been a while.
I'm
It
just
was,
excited you get to go back and like see everything, all the things.
yeah, so I really hadn't seen a lot of
Ton.
new stuff.
Yeah, tons of changes then.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff that's there now was under construction when I was there. So right off the bat, Toy Story Land. I did not get to do Slinky roller coaster.
No, that's a
It
good.
was just the line, but I did. We were able to do the Toy Story Mania, and so that is still fun. And I won, by the way. Yeah, I beat Christine. So.
It's not fair. She has no voice. She can't argue with you.
So wait, okay. I know you explained you told about how many days did you go for this trip? It was a weekend.
Yeah, this is really
Or
just
long
this was
weekend,
like a
'cause I forget what you
weekend.
said.
Yeah, it was like a weekend getaway. So even I mean, this wasn't say a long
Yeah.
trip, but a lot. It was a lot packed into it. It was a good thing. So what I ended up doing was splitting a day. Yeah, we did Magic Kingdom. No, Hollywood Studios, formerly MGM. We did that to start the day and finished with Magic Kingdom.
Did you watch I know I'm going out of order, but did you watch Enchantment?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, you can be honest. It's us. No one else is watching. It's us.
So it is.
Well, had you seen it previously on video? Had you seen anything about it before? Or did you go in blind?
I went blind.
Okay.
I typically don't watch stuff on YouTube because I want to experience it the day of, like live, essentially.
Yeah.
What I will say is it entertaining? Sure. I mean, it's fireworks to music. I mean, it's going to be entertaining. But I feel like the older, like Happily Ever After, you were reduced to being 6 years old again. This one was just more of, it's a show. Good show. It's a fun show. But I felt like the older ones kind of plucked at the heartstrings.
Didn't have that sentimental tug for you.
No, it didn't have a lot of sentiment. It had, I mean, a little bit. You know, it wasn't, like I said, it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um,
They're not. Well, I wouldn't say they're never not enjoyable because.
but like the other
I-
ones, the other, like Happily Ever After had more of the. I think what it is it had more of the classics. It had more of the stuff that we grew up watching, and so I think that was probably the biggest difference. So like Cinderella was involved, and I didn't see Cinderella at all on this show. I don't think she was there.
I mean, plus the fact that you could find yourself singing along with Happily Ever After.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like almost if they mix the two, it would be better. I mean, we might make, like, for example, Mickey's Philharmonic, right? I always say you don't need to delete what's there, just add some newer ones to it. Same kind of thing. You didn't have to delete the old movies, just add some new ones.
Right.
You know, add another 2 minutes to the show or something, you know, and I think that would have been better.
But where did you watch it from? Did you watch it from Main Street or did you watch it closer? Did you get the full effect of?
Yeah, we were
video?
able to squeeze in. Trying to think of exactly where we were. I want to say that when we were looking at the castle, we were kind of looking at it. The castle was, you know, at 2:00.
castle? Was it 204?
I know, I'm like, I have to think. So
12.
you were in front of Tony's,
Tony's,
not Tony's,
Casey's. It's either Casey's or the Plaza. That's what's down there.
the plaza. Because
So,
if it's got two, it's not in front of me, it's to the,
Right. So looking at the castle, the front of it was to our right a little bit. Like that.
Okay.
A little right to the diagonal.
so you were closer to Tomorrowland than Frontierland. Behind the restaurant,
Like we were on the side of the Crystal.
Crystal Palace. Okay,
Yeah, so we're towards there.
I'm swinging the other way. I'm with you. Okay, now I know where you are.
Okay. So I mean, they're considering, people get there.
Early.
Like dumb early, like hours. I'm just sitting in the
Yeah.
hub.
I think we should make it so no one can record. Like, I think Disney, if they haven't already, they should just say, look, like some night that no one's in the park, like 1 o'clock in the morning, I don't care, pick a time. They just run the whole show with a nice still camera, right? Fireworks, the whole thing. And they just put it on YouTube. Like, here you go. You don't need to record anything. Got it. Fine. But no, it was a really good show. It's still a wonderful way of ending, the night at Magic Kingdom. And then we enjoyed 2 more hours of rides. It's awesome.
And see, now that you've seen it, I know they are replacing it and bringing back Happily Ever After.
I think that's good. Like I said, I think it's a good movie. I mean, I don't mind if they update it a little bit, but there's just something about seeing the classics that the Disney Renaissance movies, as they are called, I guess.
My youth.
Was that?
My youth.
Yeah. Is it possible? The 2 youths.
But see, now that you've seen it, now when everybody else is lined up waiting, you can go on rides with shorter lines.
It's very true.
We managed, and we talked about it super briefly, but we managed one night to catch it while we were on Big Thunder Railroad. And it was one of the most,
No, that was the Halloween parade. That was the Halloween fireworks show.
but still catching any fireworks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It literally, I felt like I was in the 1990s, late 80s, early 90s, the promotional videos where they go, oh, family vacation. You see a little kid just on the roller coaster watching. And I was like, that's me. I'm that kid.
My brother had a similar experience. The ride that he was on was the Mine Train. And in a very similar way that when the coaster goes outside, with the way the fireworks are, he was just surrounded by all the fireworks.
Yeah.
So you mentioned how cool that was. So yeah, if you can get on a ride like that at the time of the fireworks, I guess in now 2 places, it's a very cool experience.
And that's one of those things too. It's like, oh, I wish I had my camera, but I was like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't, because I was just very much in that moment. And just
plus fireworks never come out
through my screen at something no.
Yeah, and speaking of camera, can we outlaw what are they called, influencers? Good God. Stupid, out with the phone with the ring light. And I'm getting on Pirates of the Caribbean, and it looks really cool. And then look at the stuff on the wall, and that's the boat we're gonna get on. Looks like Get 12. Oh, shut up! Can we just?
This is why my children talk nonstop, because they watch these video game playthroughs and all these things where they narrate literally every moment of what they do, and they can't have just dead air.
Well, I remember our students used to do that. Hey, you guys get some free time to go on YouTube, and they would just watch videos of people playing video games.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you're stuck on a level, like I can't beat this level, okay. I don't know, but that is a trend. So when they came out with selfie sticks, Disney got ahead of it and said we will ban selfie sticks. I really wish they would, if they haven't done so, I don't think they have, extend that now to some of these other accessories like the ring light.
I don't know that they've banned them completely from the parks, but I do know that like certain rides, if they see that you have that gear, they will kind of like, you need to put it away. That's not allowed. Put it away. But, you know.
I think they should just all parks. Sorry, you're annoying. No one wants to hear you. I can't do
I
it.
read a while back that someone was banning, and I thought it said they banned selfie sticks, which Disney World has already banned, but it was Tokyo Disney. Which it amazes me that like something like that for safety and ride purposes and all those, like why would that not be blanket across parks?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could just be a cultural thing where maybe it wasn't a problem there.
Yeah.
You know, or something. But that being said, I did get to see Star Wars for the first time.
What did you think?
Oh yeah. So first walking around and like I feel like I'm gonna bring up a Harry Potter reference, even though Potter is universal.
Weird flex, but okay.
Give me a second. So they're in Half-Blood Prince. Snape has to try to teach Harry to block his mind from the connection with Voldemort, because if Voldemort gets in his mind, he'll control it.
Yeah.
Feel like you have to do that when going to Disney, because you have to ask yourself, do I need to buy a $200 lightsaber or miniature R2-D2? It is so easy to get swept into everything and want to buy everything. They did an amazing job. The fact that, I mean, you're standing next to the Millennium Falcon is
Crazy.
I mean, they did such an insane job. So,
did you know that the Millennium Falcon hidden on the Millennium Falcon? Or as James calls it, the Millennium Falcon.
The mini Falcon.
Yeah, tiny little one.
Oh yeah?
Baby size.
I did not see that.
That's right. Next time I'll show you where it is. Sorry, I digress. You were saying about seeing the Millennium Falcon. Yes.
I mean, no, I mean, it's just the whole area is really cool, and almost got a little lost, to be honest with you. Trying to find my way out of there. We did the rides.
Did you fly the Falcon?
Okay.
Just feel the coolest.
Did you send it?
I sent it. It was sent. I can't even describe. I don't know the noise that came out of me was probably not human.
Closer to a Wookiee.
So, and I didn't even mean, like, I didn't know where I was going to sit. I didn't plan on it because I didn't know where to go,
Yeah.
where to stand and
Make
everything.
that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I just ended up happening, like, okay, 2 here, 2 here, 3 here, 3 here, okay, a couple, whole thing. And then we walk in and I sit down and I'm like, oh, I'm in Chewbacca's spot. And I'm just like looking at Christine like, you're Han Solo. And so we're going and I'm waiting. And I'm, okay, push the button. Okay, I'll push a button. And I'm just waiting. I'm like, come on. I've been watching this since I was like born. I know exactly what I mean, the address. And then finally, we got to go to light speed. Yeah, we do. We really, really do. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and I didn't just, amateurs.
Right.
You can't do that. All right, that's not what they do in the movie. You get, and then you see it, and now here's the other thing, and this thought kind of hit me. This is actually more realistic than anything the actors did in the movie, because they were just staring at a green screen. We're actually looking at special effects.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it's even more real for us than it was even for them. So, and the cool thing is you get to do it twice.
Mhm.
I did it twice. That was, watching those movies, since I was,
Took your whole childhood right there.
and going back to when I could understand what a movie was. Actually, really quick, funny Star Wars story. My dad once made me jump so high. I'm pretty sure he had to like replaster the ceiling. So remember in episode 4 where they're in the trash compactor
Mhm.
and that little one eye, the snake thingy, whatever it was.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabs Luke and pulls him under.
Oh no, he didn't.
So I am like laying like on my stomach, looking at the TV like this. Right. I don't see that my dad is behind me. And then as soon as that thing grabbed Luke's leg,
He
my father grabbed mine. And like I said, have you ever seen Garfield with like Odie, whatever,
Mhm.
would send him up? That's exactly what it was, like a cartoon.
Mhm.
I jumped. To this day, I mean, this is about, I don't know, 30 to 35 years later, and my dad will still laugh as hard today as he did the day he did that. So to go from watching Star Wars as much as I have for as long as I have, to be able to go on that ride and feel like I was in it, that was very, very special. So, Rise of the Resistance. First, we make it all the way to when we're going to get on the little transporter.
So you see the whole Ray BB-8 thing.
Ride broke.
No.
Yes, we got Pat Ray with the thing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the chorus. Yeah, the whole thing. And we leave after that, right? And it was going, and I thought something was up because she was kind of like, it was getting spotty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are they using my school's Wi-Fi? Like, what are they? What are they
Mine
doing?
too.
This is like public school Wi-Fi. So we went to go get on the transport, ride breaks.
No.
Get on a second time. Get to where you're being rescued.
Ooh.
Ride breaks.
Oh.
Get on now. Each time, by the way, they did give us a fast pass. So
Lightning lane.
why did they change just fast pass?
They couldn't fast pass plus it.
It rolls off the tongue. Just fast pass. Fast pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sweater weather. Fast pass. Okay. So we got lightning lane or whatever. So third time went through it beginning to end. I gotta tell you, it is an unbelievable ride. I very few rides take you like through the story like that much.
Mhm.
Usually they get you together, you watch something, see something, whatever it is, right? Like Twilight, Tower, excuse me, Twilight Zone.
Oh, I was like Twilight. I didn't watch
sorry. I meant to say Twilight
Zone. I got you.
The Twilight Zone. So that's it. Like you see the TV, get in line, and then you go do it. Rock and Roller Coaster. You see Aerosmith, and then you get in line. This is like almost like a mini movie, right?
You're in the
Yeah.
the experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
So
you're on a you're taking in a transport off the
Mhm.
off the world. I mean,
yes,
you're in a
believed
Star
it.
Destroyer.
I for anyone who needs advice for this, as soon as you walk in, head right. It's better when you can see the pilot and everything, because if you're way in the back, there's really not a lot going on. If I have any complaints, I just wish it was more screened, in that like more
Mm.
images around that you could look out into space type of a thing. I would like more windows, so
Yeah.
to speak.
I said the same thing, and then I said, well, realistically, if we were traveling in space, they probably wouldn't have a ton of glass.
Yeah.
No,
I
but they
mean,
would also have seatbelts, and then I didn't have any of those.
well, it's I mean, when you ride it multiple times too, it's like, okay, the first time you focus on the pilots, then you can
Yeah.
kind of like you focus on the back window, and then you notice things like when you're being pulled in, you can see on the screen that TIE fighter is sitting there on your screen, and then you get in and the TIE fighter's there. You know, you see that if you look out the window, you can see all the stormtroopers coming in to line up. Then it opens, they're lined up. So that, I mean, it's something to
Yeah.
look forward to. You look at something different every time.
I'll definitely have to do that.
Yeah.
Then you walk out.
I mean, yeah, you walk out the same door you got in, which is a surprise for most people, which is
Yes,
impressive.
very impressive.
Most impressive.
Impressive. Most impressive. Obi-Wan has taught you well.
This is my favorite episode ever, you
It's
guys.
because I have the high ground. Oh, not this again. So, and you walk out, and like I said, yeah, they're all lined up, and you got the big screen, looking out into outer space, and everything looks like the movie. I mean, everything just look like you feel like you're on the set. And I like how they, obviously the stormtroopers are animatronics, but I like I like how they're not just standing there. They make it so they move some of their necks, just kind of like,
Mhm.
just like a little, just adds a little bit, so it's not so static.
Yeah.
And then when you're waiting to go into the interrogation room, I mean, looking around, it's like this is like the movie, right? The
Did they
costume,
allow you to take pictures as well
yeah.
with
I
your
mean,
whatever devices they call them?
quickly, because you got to get going. And then the costumes obviously are wonderful, and then the rescue happens and it moves fast. You go backwards. It really is one of. I mean, they're really setting the bar high, honestly. Because we went on Star Tours afterwards, and
Yeah.
it's almost like,
You do the other
ooh,
way around.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still like it. It's still
Mhm.
fun, and
Yeah.
I'm still going to go on it. But you can just see how far technology is getting with these rides, and it was such a great time. And these rides are amazing. Someone else had mentioned that Rise of the Resistance does tend to break down a bit.
Mhm.
I don't know how true that is,
It's
but
very true.
Okay. Well, if you can get on, it's an amazing ride, as is the whole Star Wars experience. I mean, that was probably top of the list that I wanted to do there, because I had not done it. So
What else? Okay, what else is in there? Did you go into Doc Ondor's, the store there with the animatronic guy in the back too, and see the lightsaber,
yep,
sell lightsabers?
yeah, we did. We went to a couple of the stores, but like you said, I mean, you look at the price, and it's like,
Yeah.
I can't justify any of that, like not on a teacher's salary.
No.
So,
No.
but yeah, it's really something. And get the like, there's still lines. Like they built this whole new land, and I mean, I still miss my cafe, the writer shop cafe. They should put that back. But But it was a lot of fun. Loved it. Those rides were absolutely amazing. I would recommend them. Technologically speaking, they're insane.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're very much almost on the level of Flight of Passage. You know, just that you really feel like you're there. And even beyond the technology, like Rise of the Resistance, to put you through that, you know,
Yeah.
like 3 different stations,
Uh-huh.
you know, from
It was almost like you weren't sure quite when the ride actually began.
yeah, I mean, so think of it. Transport,
Mm-hmm.
Star Destroyer,
Mm-hmm.
uh well first so actually let me back up there for a second. You get your transport, then you get off the transport and you're in you know, the room with the big, you know,
Mhm.
window to the space, you know.
Yep.
Then you go to another room of you know, which is where you're waiting for the interrogation. Then you go into the interrogation room, and then you get rescued and you get on the ride, and now you're on the ride.
Right.
That's
Like
5.
7 minutes into your experience.
Yeah, yeah. That's
But
like
then-
5 different
and
changes.
and then you still get an extra ride because the end of the ride is like Star Tours. So you get the normal driving around ride, and then you get the drop in the screen as the Star Tours type ride too.
Yeah.
So it's it, and then and you get off and you ride again. I mean, it's
Fantastic.
It's
something.
yeah. It's so there's like 6 changes. There's a word I'm not reaching right now. Transitions.
Yeah.
Ooh, good work.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's a very intricate ride, and it just makes you scratch your head and go, all right, so you can make that,
But you can't figure out
But-
buses.
but we can't figure out a way to get plastic birds not to click, or a good Lilo and Stitch ride, but we can't a good Figment ride. I mean, it's like, look, this is the bar that you are
Mhm.
setting, and I think it just shows how much they have to gain from adding some stuff, from making some good changes. I will say that the lines at Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror, I don't think they really got above 45 minutes.
Nice.
So I want to say that maybe this is having a good effect on general ride times at Hollywood Studios. Maybe.
I
I don't
feel
know.
like
I'm not
too
there yet.
with Rise, like Disney heard, like, okay, so all these screen ride. So they up the ante and they show that they can do it.
Yeah.
So now we expect more. But
Yeah.
I mean, the trackless system, everybody was so impressed by the trackless system, which, yes, it's absolutely cool, but you use that same trackless system. Were you able to go on Runaway Railway? Similar thing, trackless system. Sorry, my brain's everywhere at the moment. But not the same experience. It didn't have the because it was a lot of projection.
Yeah.
Nah,
I mean,
I enjoy it,
Runaway
absolutely.
Railway is still a great ride.
I enjoy it. It was a great ride. The whole time I was thinking, like, was that what Casablanca used to be?
Yeah.
This
You
is
know,
what Busby Berkeley was.
Yeah, I'm always going to miss. You know, this is where follow the other brick road, follow the other brick road. Yeah, I'm always going to miss the great movie ride. I'm glad Mickey has
Finally got it right.
he has a. I mean, it's a great ride. I'll do it again gladly. Just still miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough one to lose.
Yeah, and I just feel like they didn't need to put it there. You know what I mean? Like
Could
I
have
felt
put it
like,
elsewhere.
there was just so
I
many
think-
other.
Yeah, it should have been in
rides
the
and
Magic
places.
Kingdom. I think Mickey's
agree.
ride should be in his park.
In his park, yeah.
Yeah. So,
But-
but I mean, that's why I'm hoping that they start adding on stuff to say Magic Kingdom, because again, I think they build something new, and they can't get that wait time down. You know what I mean? So, like Avatar, always a long line.
Because aside from Everest, Animal Kingdom and MGM both, when they started taking away like Great Movie Ride, the Backlot Tour, they both became half-day parks. So they have to add to those to get people there, but then you're there all day waiting in line. So they still need to add to those parks. The problem with Animal Kingdom is how do you stay true? Like how do you build on that park with fidelity without losing the storytelling, but without doing something that ends up like Dino Land?
Yeah. And I mean, I love the dinosaur ride, and I never want them to get rid of it.
No, they need to fix Dino Land. Keep that.
Right. But the other counter is, I mean, I think you said that they're going to change a lot of the dinosaurs out for something else, right? Wasn't that one of the things?
They're building beyond.
No, it was Zootopia.
Zootopia.
Zootopia was the idea floated, yeah.
Right. And the reason is because
it would be placed beyond Dino Land, but I didn't know if that would encompass where Primeval World was, like use that space and then go back, or if they're going to put something else there and then build it.
The only reason why I mentioned
they said beyond for Magic Kingdom. I don't remember them saying beyond for Animal Kingdom.
I'll have to go back and look at my notes because I thought it was. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times before. It happens.
The only reason why I say that is because with Universal having Jurassic Park property, I mean, it's kind of tough to keep up with Dino Land. You know what I mean? It's like it's not going to be really a comparison, but I don't want them to get rid of the Dino ride because I thoroughly enjoy that. So maybe they can use the show dinosaurs. Too bad that wasn't still on.
Not the mama, not the mama,
not the mama. They should bring it back.
The boys started watching that for a while. They get into it. Sinclair.
They did or did not?
They did.
Oh, good.
They were on a kick for a while.
What's going on? Like a season or two? Isn't 2 seasons? So they might have watched the whole thing. There's not a ton of episodes.
Maybe it just felt like more episodes because when we were kids, it came out one episode a week.
Once a week. So
longer.
Binge it. Like I could have sworn like Alf went on for like 5 years.
We were talking about Alf the other day at work, and one of the new staff did not know that Alf stood for alien life form. I felt very old.
Do they know what ET stands for?
No, I had to explain that. Yeah. Felt really old. They didn't know what scuba stood for, so I felt better, but again, had to teach them about Epcot as well.
I do know scuba. I have scuba.
If I can't scuba, what has it all been for? Wait, you do or don't know scuba?
Do.
Oh.
I actually got certified.
Oh, look at you.
You know, it'd be awesome if they have a big.
Wait, time out. You're Scuba Steve.
You know, I actually have a mug that says Scuba Steve on it. A friend of mine gave me a Coast Guard mug, and it says Scuba Steve on it.
Sorry, I had to say it when it was on my mind.
Okay. No worries.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing to see here.
Sorry, you were saying, so you're certified. Yeah.
They should have like almost like an artificial lake. Well, they do. I know Disney does have one, but like one where you don't have to worry about a boat running you over.
Or gators eating you.
Yeah. And like, it's like underwater. It's like Ariel's kind of kingdom, like under the sea stuff, and you can scuba down and swim with like Sebastian.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where my Ariel stuff.
You know what? I actually YouTubed. They should bring back the Nautilus. They used to have that ride.
Yep.
1,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
20,000, yeah. That's where Nemo and Friends is now.
Yeah, that looked like it'd be a fun ride. I never went on it. I don't know if you guys.
They still have it at Disneyland. I know it was one of the last rides when they reopened. It was one of the last ones they brought back just because of how close quarters
Mm,
the ride is, and then the logistics of sanitizing in between. So I remember them saying that was one of the last ones they brought back, but I'm pretty sure it's back now.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
looks cool.
it's neat. They rethemed it to Nemo over there too.
But they kept those submarines.
It's the same submarines, but it's
Yeah,
all it's
okay.
all based
I didn't
on
lose that.
Finding Nemo.
So Hollywood was half a day, and we finished the day in Magic Kingdom. And so I don't know if it's just because we've talked about it so much, but Splash Mountain
Mhm.
really is showing its age.
Yeah.
And
The
it's
laughing place. The laughing place might be the worst part of that ride. You don't get the whole there'd be little what the heck's the word I'm using? It's not a fountain, but it's little spurts of water came up. It'd be pushing the turtles up to be underneath.
Yeah.
Like all that
Mhm.
stuff's like off. It's
Yeah.
just kind of a weird room.
And that bear really like his butt is in your face for like 70% of that ride.
Mhm.
So but it was what I had my Dole Whip. Can I get a Dole Whip? So it was a wonderful trip. So I feel like with the way pricing is going, this is kind of the future of Disney trips for most people, especially if you've been at least once, where it's going to be a weekend, it's going to be a couple of days, just because to do 4 or 5 days is going to be out of the price range of a lot of people. Because even if you got to think of it this way, number one, it's very difficult to plan because the prices change, right? And number two, every year the prices go up.
Yep.
So even if you've saved the money that, okay, this should be enough, prices go up, you need to keep saving. And, for certain families, it may be very difficult to do that. So I feel like the future of Disney trips for a lot of people is really the couple of days, half a day here, half a day there, or a full day somewhere and just really hit that park as much as you can. And that's it. But I think that's it. We did Universal.
Okay. And
I mean, it's a great place. We did the Halloween. We did the Halloween stuff, and they really do Halloween. If you like Halloween, if you love Halloween, you have to go to Universal for their Halloween nights.
So you did the Halloween Horror Nights and not just like the stuff in the park in the daytime where you can see stuff before it jumps out at you?
Saw a few haunted houses, haunted streets. I mean, if you like Halloween, you will get your money's worth. If you're not a big Halloween person, it's your tank's going to get full like in under an hour. Because I mean, it is a lot.
So this is our style as far as Halloween goes. Johnny's enjoyment, excuse me.
Okay.
Johnny's enjoyment level of Halloween is Halloween Horror Nights. That is very much his speed. My enjoyment of Halloween is Mickey's Not So Scary. And that is very much my speed.
And there's no compromise because I haven't had a Halloween Horror Nights type Halloween in years.
I would say I would say you should go do it at least once. They have all different themed houses. So I saw that the haunted house that was based on a song by The Weeknd.
All right, tell me more. I'm listening.
I don't know about. All I know is The Weeknd came out with a song, and they had a music video that I guess kind of lends itself to like a horror theme, and that's what they based this haunted house. Now they have these very large metal like hangers So they have plenty of room
Yeah.
to make these houses. There was another, like a monsters one, where it was like, was it Wolfman versus Mummy versus Dracula, something like that. So, and they had one that had all bugs, spiders and crawlies and all that stuff. They had one about witches and the Covenant. They had one based on Michael Myers, and I didn't do that one. But from what I hear is, it looks like the house.
Oh.
And one of the biggest reasons why I was interested in this is because last year they had Beetlejuice, and my brother said that it looked like you felt like you were on the set. Beetlejuice. They didn't do it this year, but so when they do it, it's done very, very well.
So
And they
now
have,
for big scaredy cat babies like myself, is there like someone told me SeaWorld has like necklaces that you can buy so they don't scare you? Is such a thing exist at Halloween Horror Nights?
no.
So that'll be a guy's trip.
There are streets.
I stay home.
Like there are streets where are off limits. Like you can rest, right? If you can go to the restaurants or the bar and you can rest and not have
bars. Yep. I'm game.
Stores. But, and this is where they kind of get you to leave the park, you have to go down a haunted street. You have to.
And everybody leaves with soiled underpants. Great.
I mean, you may say that haunted street actually wasn't even that bad because most of the people with masks were very short, like shorter than me. And I was like, I can't be scared by people like I could take in a fight. Like they were just like.
But are they jumps? Like, is it just like grotesque, gory, icky things, or is it like jump scares and touching? And I can't do that. I'll punch somebody.
So if we're talking about the haunted houses, like the one I went, both. Like it's well, it depends. Like the creepy crawler things probably wouldn't be gory, but
I don't mind the gory part or like bugs.
But things are in the haunted houses we did, everything was jumping out. Everything.
I would have a corner.
And then the haunted streets, it's a mixture of people jumping out at you. People are just like coming up to you, and you're just kind of like, and they're just, the thing that one thing I'm not a fan of. So while you're walking down one of these strips, it's not a haunted street, it's just right, but still,
okay.
There's like a ton of people with the chainsaws.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like after a while, like you just get a headache from the noise.
Yeah.
Okay, like enough, because there's like 20 of them, all kind of spaced out. So it's like you just get a headache from the noise. So
I bet that would be like disorienting too, though. Just hear chainsaws everywhere.
But we did some rides before all the craziness. Like we did Jimmy Fallon's ride. A lot of rides closed down. Not all of them, but
a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah. Got to enjoy Harry Potter. Yeah. So that is scare free.
Yes, so, I will hang there.
Yes, you can absolutely go to Hogsmeade. Not Hogsmeade. Nope. I'm lying. You can go to Diagon Alley. You can get ice cream. You can get a butterbeer. You can look at wands. You can.
Treats. This sounds amazing, Johnny. Let's go.
If the Gringotts ride is running, it was down. You can go on that ride. So there is stuff to do if you need and there's actually a really nice water show. We did see the water show, just kind of like with the jets coming out and everything. That was really nice, actually. So there's there. So if you and Johnny go, he can get a scare on. I would say just pick at least one house. You got to do something that's Halloweenish, and then you go do the water show. That's fine. Then you can go hang out in the Harry Potter section at Diagon Alley and whatnot. And I am amazed by that every time I see it. That Diagon Alley. Every single time I go there, I am just in awe of what they created.
Did you do the train too? Like, did you get the 2-part ticket with the train, or just do the one?
Just the one. I have never done Islands of Adventure. And I know that's where Hogwarts is, that's where Hogsmeade is.
Yeah.
Have not been there.
Yeah.
But that's
Cambridge itself is pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll thing is, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I would love to do the train from one park to the other. But at this point, I don't know if I have a honest to God reason to do Universal again. Like I've done it twice. And there's nothing new. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
So
just do Islands of Adventure next time. Why do you need the train to connect them? I got you.
but I would love to do the train. Like, I wish I could just
Cool.
take the train and come back.
Yeah. I'll stay on, I promise.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get off in the other park.
I just want to go on 3/4. That's it.
I wish they could do almost like this cabin up front for people who want to experience it, but don't have the other park ticket.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they get you to buy the 2-park ticket is the train.
Yeah. I mean, maybe one day I will. You know, if they I don't know where they're adding stuff, and they may add something someday. And I know Christine hasn't been on the Gringotts ride, so I don't know. Well, and there may be a few rides we did not do, but we did Minions. That was fun. We did Minions. We did Jimmy Fallon. We did Men in Black. We did kitties. We did Men in Black. We did Simpsons. So we did a good number.
Yeah.
What is this cat doing?
He just wants to be part of the show.
No, you gotta be careful because he eats cords.
Oh, well.
He eats power cords because the gummy.
See, our boys are just getting to the point where like they're starting to get into The Simpsons. So like John's been like binging it lately. And
wow.
This past weekend we took the boys for their annual trip to the aquarium in Connecticut for their birthday, which it gets shorter and shorter every year. Like the boys are like, nah, like it's a little sad, but and on the way back, we had a couple breweries out that way. And one of the breweries, Proclamation Ale, had a projector and they were showing The Simpsons and they had a Simpsons arcade game. John was like very much in his glory, like playing the game with the show on. He was very happy we went there at that time. But I think like it's almost getting to the point like they're almost ready for Universal. Like they were showing interest in, there was a Harry Potter marathon going on. They sat down and watched it with me for a while. He's into The Simpsons. James is kind of into it, but not as much as John. We're getting there. We're getting ready for a Universal trip, I think.
So a lot of those rides are going to be very similar, you know, like technology based, trackless, based. But yeah, that's I was looking at the Velocicoaster.
Velocicoaster.
Yeah. And so that's why next time I go, I definitely want to do Island of Adventure.
They kind of like Jurassic Park too. Some parts are scary for them, but some parts.
That's all right. It's okay to be scared. That's all right to be scared.
Hey, that's me. Our assistant principal routinely scares the living daylights out of me at work. Just jump scares popping out at me. We'll be the only 2 people in the office, and as I'm ready to do, and I'm like, I'm looking at you, and you. So I don't think I could handle people intentionally trying to scare people who are not scared by things like that. Soiled underpants, punching people. I don't know. I don't think it'd be good.
Yeah, you know, worth a shot.
Like I'm their prime audience.
No,
But if I could hang out in Harry Potter world while Johnny got scared, I'd be okay with that. Get some treats.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you've been there, right? Have you
We've been to the, not during Halloween for Halloween Horror Nights, but we have been
No,
to
but you've
both.
been
Yeah,
Diagon Alley.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, between the food snacks, the drink snacks, and the Gringotts ride,
Boat snack. Sorry. wrong.
I mean, I think you'll be able to. Also, sorry, my cats are.
I was like, cat's back. I can hear him.
Yeah, it's playtime apparently. One of them was just turning into Obi-Wan, jumping on the couch like, "It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground." I'm Mooka.
Good boy.
You ever see Mooka?
I think once he wandered across.
I think
But I
you.
don't think we were recording it.
I know you've seen Geo. Let me see if I can grab Mooka.
He's gonna make his first appearance tonight, live, just for us. My goodness. What? Oh. Oh. Now I need him.
Mooka, look.
Look at all your adoring fans. His paw's just like, no. Oh. See, cats are cute sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's a love bug.
Oh, good boy.
He's also looking. Oh, thank you. He's also looking at one of the other cats, getting ready to lay the smackdown on him.
Oh, yeah. Our dogs do that too. You forget that they're 14 when they pounce on each other and try to eat each other's faces. Yeah.
This is the Mookish.
Oh, good boy.
Okay. So, yeah. So I recommend going at least. Oh, what ride? Men in Black
Yes.
ride stays open.
Oh.
So that stays
I
open.
don't think would scare me.
No, Simpsons closes, and they start roping things off like at 4:00.
Oh,
So
so
you
kind
can-
of like they close Magic Kingdom early for.
yes. So
So
Fallon closes. Minions.
crazy cat.
I know. So, any other questions about my trip? Because I'm out of things to say.
No, that's good. Really quick, we just want to remind people before we go, because I know it is getting late and it's a school night. So look at us. We are still working towards our goal. Johnny's running the Dopey, raising money for Give Kids the World. We have not yet met our personal goal. Was it 500, Johnny?
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
So we set it at 500 and we have not hit our personal goal. Although the runners as a whole have reached their goal. So we are still looking, we hit the group goal of $5,000 pretty early on, to send a child who's critically ill in their family to Give Kids through Give Kids the World to a theme park for a week, all expenses paid. And so we've been very fortunate enough that we've been able to, as a group, raise that to $10,000 to see if we can help another family in need, kind of get that one-on-one time with their child and, put things behind them of what's going on in their lives, just for a week and just kind of enjoy each other's company and build those memories with each other. So if you are able to, we definitely appreciate any donations. It's on our social media pages. I believe it's still pinned to the top. If you can't give, if you find it in your heart, just share it. Someone else may be able to, and to help us reach our goal to get a second family able to give kids to go on vacation, Disney World, Universal, one of those other parks, through Give Kids the World. So that continues to be our focus. Johnny is getting closer and closer with his training. He had his last half marathon for the year this past Sunday. He's got a 5K in Providence this Sunday. I don't know. I just show up when he needs me to. That's what I do. That's my training. I wrangle the children. That's very fun. And we wait for him at the finish line. That's my part of this training process. But he's still out there running and getting ready for it. And he'll be there in January to run the Dopey Challenge with a couple others from the Sorcerers Running Group. And hopefully we'll be able to give our portion of proceeds to Give Kids the World and kind of, like I said, help those families who have those critically ill children, just get that time that we get to have with our healthy children take for granted sometimes. So always in the forefront of our mind, being able to help and use this platform to help others in need who need it. Like, share, subscribe, give kids the world. As always, we're very grateful for everybody who watches, listens, shares. Bonus points if anybody enjoys my tiara. And if you think I'm only wearing it for the show, you're very mistaken. I absolutely will be wearing this to work for the foreseeable future. I think that's all I got. Did I cover all the bases? My Bronson Arroyo.
Oh God, horrible reference. Okay.
You love it. Don't lie.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, okay. I love Bronson Arroyo with his cover album.
I have it in my car right now.
He wasn't that good of a pitcher. He's not that great of a singer. So,
but he was a dreamboat.
Oh my. No, I'm not sure.
Thanks for coming with me on that one.
If you say so.
Thanks, honey.
At least pick a good pitcher. Jeez.
Kurt Schilling's a little out of my league. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't want to be with Kurt Schilling. You gotta go with Tim Wakefield. He's the best.
I know how you feel about Tim Wakefield. All right, so we're gonna stop talking about extinct Red Sox pitchers.
Extinct.
They're not dead. I shouldn't have said extinct.
Have some respect.
I'm so sorry.
Former. 18 years ago, they ended the curse.
Yeah. Jeez.
Former, not extinct. They're not dead. They're not petroleum. I'm very sorry. Former Red Sox pitchers.
Okay, that's enough.
We should end this. I'm not doing well for myself at all.
No,
you're doing bad things.
Pull the plug. Right. Let's go.
He's going to kick me out of this meeting. We're hoping to get more momentum and to do this on a more regular basis, everyone. So we're getting there. Hopefully.
Not if you keep talking like that. I don't know.
Just insult the Red Sox nation. I'm gonna make you listen to Sweet Caroline and Endless Loop until we get some team spirit.
I'm sorry.
Okay.